to take some time to thank my patients, friends, and family, and subscribers to trust me with your care, and also encourage me to take care of my own health. This quantum shift that I'm going through should be pretty exciting, maybe a little bit of a roller coaster, but hang on, it should be a good ride. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, otherwise enjoy the next video.
Hey, I haven't even started my day and I'm already behind. So it's 6 o'clock, I think. I gotta get back home by 6:40, but 15 minutes is better than nothing. Hey, went a little bit overtime. So it's now, I came in at 6:04, it's now 6:24. So I can't even change, gotta head off to work. So I'll continue this and talk about the benefits of any kind of exercise in a second. So everybody asks if 15 minutes is enough to exercise properly and get the benefits. And truthfully, I don't care. If it takes 30 minutes to an hour to get benefit from exercise, then you have to commit. But for my folks that don't even exercise because they have no time, I think 15 is reasonable. I can get a pump in 15. It's kind of like the advanced runners can just get their sneakers on and just go and have good cadence, power, and speed. I think if you get well versed with exercise, weight training, resistance, you can do the same. Think of yoga. Some beginners have to really stretch before they start their class. Some people just go straight into flexibility and meditation. Or meditation. You have an advanced meditator who can drop into getting consciousness, and you have to have others that have to work their way up to 30,000 hours to notice the effect to the brain. So I think it's worth it. Don't be turned off by 15 minutes 3 days a week and 60 minutes on the weekend. I think that's a beginning. But if you don't get any noticeable benefit, perceived exertion, high pulse rate, sweat, it'll come. And if it doesn't come, get a physical therapist to guide you. If you can't find a physical therapist, get a trainer, coach, or put a couple of my videos on and I'll hopefully be able to guide you. So time to start the day. In talking about running behind, it could be, that's a bad way to start the day because it's almost as if you're putting yourself or you're pigeonholing yourself into stress or fight or flight. So if you look at a lot of people that are driving, as I mentioned before, I usually try to pick the right lane, the true right lane, not the busy lane, because there's a lot of other people in the world that are in a hurry, and kind of gets me anxious that I might get bumped, even though it won't be a major accident. That's still a $500 deductible. So starting the day off with limited time, it can be understood as that's stressful, but that's why I invested in that short burst of exercise. Albeit, you know, I'm pretty good at tolerating and turning on the endorphin response with my gym movements and getting a pump, getting swollen, as guys would say. But I also started the day off before that with breath exercise. So the 4-7-8 breath, my morning cup of tea, I pooped, and then I exercised. So I got it out of the way, all in a matter of 40 minutes. And yes, that's pretty fast. And my psychologist would probably say that you're starting to get a little obsessive compulsive. But this is, without being pathologic, this is what we have to do to maintain schedule and think positive. So someone can take that whole scenario I just gave you and said, well, you're running late now. And yes, running behind, like my book, running behind can be entertained as far as just being behind in a clinic with a schedule, or spending too much time with patients and then overstepping that 10 to 15 minute window of a true primary care visits. Or it could be even running behind in the morning, because I did all that exercise at one sacrifice. I usually will charge prep on the electronic medical records either the night before or the morning of. And as I think I mentioned in one of my videos, one morning I was chart prepping early in the morning when my wife came down, and I was like this on the computer because I didn't have my glasses on, and I was trying to finish up, but I was running behind again. And I think that my wife interpreted that as anger. And even if there wasn't anger, going like this, there are muscles on the face that when you smile, it induces, and if you hold a smile, like I do in some of my yoga classes, I teach that, it induces a feeling of elation. There's also the opposite. When you frown and you grind your teeth, there's the beginning of stress response. So it's really important to try to break that as best as you can. And sometimes I don't realize it, but if I'm doing the chart prep and don't have my glasses on, I will induce a stress response just from my facial grimace. And also because it's like, I gotta get all these charts done, otherwise the rest of the day will be all behind and I won't get out until 2 hours later than usual. So already I'm front loading my brain with a stress response. So I really think that there's great empowerment when you change that around, when you start the day with positivity. So see that app that I talked about, an app, three positive things. If you just put them in the app and just make it a habit, it forces you to think of positive, whether it's the end of the day, which I usually suggest, or you just start to accumulate it during the day. I think that going into work with a pissed off, running behind attitude is bad, especially if I'm a coach, I'm supposed to be creating a lifestyle change that gets you out of the pit of suffering. If I'm pissed off or running with a short temper, I'm not gonna, the easier thing for me to do as a doctor is just write a prescription or write a referral. And that doesn't get us anywhere. It just puts you back on the merry-go-round. So really the buck should stop here or in the office as far as this has to stop. The crap and the inflammation and the mood that you're going through or anyone's suffering from, if you're a family member of a patient, it has to stop. And if I don't take the time, it will just persist on, you just be into the merry-go-round of Western medicine. So that's why it does take some time to tease this out and come up with the right solutions. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I appreciate you guys being patient in the clinic when I am running behind, but that's gonna stop, and you watch the next couple episodes and I'll reveal it in time, at least when it comes to me. Thanks for watching.